Guys, so this is Chidima Talks Football. Welcome back. Today we're about to talk about Barcelona. Yes, I know you're surprised. I always talk about Arsenal, right? And today I love Barcelona growing up, right? The days of mercy, you know. Okay, so let's dive into it. This is Barcelona versus PSG. My humble opinion, you can't go to big games like Champions League with just one style of play. Now, everybody knows that Barcelona plays a high-line football. Like, strikers have been able to capitalize on this and use it against them. Of course, there we have Harry Kane and we have Kylian Mbappe, right? The guy that scored this goal for PSG. When I think CBS Gonzalo, they were interviewing him, they asked him that question if he had seen his goal, and he said yes. If other teams begin to study Barcelona like this, they will always defeat them. Now, look at it this way. What is highline football? Let's start with that. Highline football is a tactical style of play, like is a technique of play whereby, just as you can see on the screen right now, whereby the defenders move forward from their defense line up towards the half line of the field. Like they move up. That's why it's called highline. They move higher from their defense position too, so creating a loophole behind them. Now, this style of play have its advantages and disadvantages. Okay, now I'm going to start with the advantages. First of all, this line of play helps you to put pressure on your opponent because you are just at their half. Remember, this is the half of the field, this is your opponent's side, this is your side, and your defense are just close just at the brim of that half line. So your midfield, you're attacking, everybody's inside the opponent's side of the play, right? So it put pressure on your opponent. It helps you win the ball quickly from them, helps you keep possession, helps you attack. And you know, when you put pressure on people, when there is so much pressure, there is just so much that the person has to do at the same time, and when they can't be able to keep up, you break through and you score. Advantages of playing that style of play, and it has helped at Barcelona because they play attacking football, and I understand why they choose that highline. Everybody that knows Hansi Flick know that this is his style of play, right? So, but there is this disadvantage of this style of play, right? One is that when an attacker from your opponent knows how to run, because first of all, yes, I also forgot to put the fact that in the advantages of this particular style of play, it helps you also keep your opponent at offside position when they are going to score you, because remember this rule of the offside. So it helps you because the person is running fast to go and score, they tend to be at offside position. But this style of play requires intelligence, smartness, agility, and strength from in the side of the defenders to also be able to do the defending work properly, because remember, they are now running back. At the time the opponents are going to their back, they have to run back, maintains their stance. That is where agility comes in. Then the strength to withstand, and then the IQ to be able to defend efficiently without causing an own goal or getting a corner kick or, you know, fouling the opponent. Now, back to the disadvantages of this style of play. First of all, because I know Barcelona have used this style a lot to get people at offside position, especially their opponents in La Liga. But look at the disadvantage here is that any striker who has a good IQ, who is working so well with his wingers, can easily make a timely run. A timely run in the sense that he knows that the moment the ball is coming, the defense, are not running too much. You're not really running too much because you want him to be at offside position. So what he does is that he does a timely run. And if he can do a timely run, this style of play creates a loop between the defender and the goalkeeper, right? So if you can make a timely run in between that space, right, he gets to score you. And that's what happened to that PSG goal. The guy was so calculative and so timely. He used his head. And watching his interview after that match, saying that he has listened to Harry Kane talk about it, using that Barcelona style of play of getting their opponents to be on offside and all of that, that he used it against them. Timely run. And it also boils down to what Thierry Henry was saying. You can't carry this same style of play and go to Champions League where you have a team like Real Madrid, you have a team like Bayern Munich, you have a team like PSG, you have a teams like that do attacking football, like a team like Inter Milan. You have a team like Inter Milan and you want to play that style of play. That is fine. You can use it for Chelsea. Oh man, you see what I did there? You can't use it for Chelsea and Man United, but you can use it against clubs that think, especially people that have decoded your style of play and have decided to work on getting it in. It's just like the way Arsenal capitalizes on their set pieces. You see them, they don't just work on how to score from set piece, they work on how to defend their set piece. So if you're using a high line defense, then you should also know how to always remember, I said something, it's a game of strength, agility, IQ. It requires more from the defenders, because you can't tell me that as Barcelona has the worst defenders in football. No, they don't have the worst defenders. They were agile as they could have been, and they didn't make a smart, and you see them clamoring for an offside goal, but that was not an offside goal. It was a clear goal because your style of play was used against you. Now, what do you think about this style of football? Tell me in the comment section. And if you think that there's something that I said that you don't agree with, please also let me know in the comment section. And I will see you all in my next video. This is Chidima Talks Football. Bye, guys.